I'm seeing the sky come crashing down. I'm fighting to get up right from the ground. Yeah, you won't find me in the ashes no more. Yeah, we won't lose, fall back to another place. Stand tall, plant a flag, yeah, we're born to stay. Ready for the final battle, I won't stand down. You can't break me, can't escape me. I feel it deep in my bones. My body is built from stone. Yeah, we won't lose, fall back to another place. Stand tall, plant a flag, yeah, we're born to stay. Ready for the final battle, I won't stand down. You can't break me, can't escape me. I feel it deep in my bones. My body is built from stone. Body is built from stone.
It feels like we're living in a dream. Stay with me, I'm in ecstasy. 'Cause you've got a mouth like the ocean, and I'm slipping under. Been so lost, now my heart is open. My love, I surrender. You're a fever dream. Never believed it meant to be. Now it's so obvious to me. Little bit holy. 'Cause you've got a mouth like the ocean, and I'm slipping under. Been so lost, now my heart is open. My love, someone when it showed me all your flaws. Look at what you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Friday night, so you know what that means. It is Cracked Media MultiVersus time. I am CJ Zephyr. After having a couple of weeks off, enjoying the beginning of the Christmas period, we are back and raring to go. And I'm joined by the wonderful, as always, Juice Wayne. Thank you very much for joining me, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Very excited to see what we have in store this week. We have 30 seconds until our check-in period is complete, after which our matches will begin going underway. Currently have 16 people lined up for tonight's brackets. So we've got a very, very sort of focused pool of high-level play waiting for everyone. It's going to be one hell of an action-packed night. I'm very interested to see what changes have occurred since the last time I was here, because it's been a little bit. It's been a bit.
Yeah, one thing you really definitely want to kind of be mindful of is the the intensity never changes. That's the one thing you want to remember. It's never going to change. It's always going to be the same. We're always going to see some pretty insane matches. I mean, even last week, there's a kind of a smaller, more focused round of players, and still, as we expected, the competition didn't change, man. Brian G, shout out to Brian G once again for pulling that out last week. But yeah, man, it's it's the same gameplay that we always see and we always expected. So you love to see it.
No, you're absolutely right on that. And now, we're sort of deep into season 4 of MultiVersus, so we're really starting to see all of those changes that came with the season take full effect. And that's what I'm curious in seeing just how far people have come in their adaptations to it. We have a lot of returning names coming in, obviously. We spoke about Brian earlier. I'm almost certain he's in our list. Yeah, there
Oh
he
yeah.
is. He's at the bottom of my list. We got nobody coming back as well. We've got Fixer. We've got Fat Cat. We have got Ruthless. We've got Zoru. We've got Mods. We've got Mox. Don't confuse those two, because I've never done that. It's fine. We've got Girthquake. We've got Alex. We've got Sector. Or ISI, one of those. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible with names. Sarcasm is my first love language. We've got Saint Milkman. We've got Snark's Remarks, who's making a return. We've got X. We've got Vibes. We've got a Cola Fan Forever. That is a name we have seen a few times. We've got Vakoda. We've got Jim. We've got POTUS. We've got Kiwi. We've got Alien. And we have Fixer as well. It's a pretty stacked up group of competitors coming in for us.
No, indeed, indeed. I am. I say it every week. I'm going to say it again. I am curious to see who's going to try to mix things up this week with the players. I kind of want to see. Last week we did see a Raven player come out, which was very nice to see. And I'm hoping that we will continue to get more of that variety this week as well. Obviously, we're clearly aware of who we're going to be watching right now. We have a Tom and Jerry slash Gizmo matchup. This is interesting. We haven't. I can't say we've seen Tom and Jerry on stream in quite some time, so this is definitely making me happy. I do believe that Tom and Jerry is better than many players give them credit for, but the level of skill expression sometimes can kind of cause players to sway in other directions. Gizmo, however, is definitely no chump. Definitely not a new pick. We've seen Gizmo chosen many times in the past, so this will be a good one.
Absolutely, and we also know that Gizmo's getting into the Christmas spirit. We love to see that
Yeah.
here. We're getting closer and closer to that holiday season. Only just over a week away. So It's going to be quite the Christmas gift. I believe we'll have one more season day before Christmas hits us. So it's going to be a very, very interesting holiday season in the Crap Media household. Looks like we are going to Sky Arena, I believe, for our first matchup of the night, our first round of the night.
Oh,
One moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're having technical difficulties on our end of things. Very, very unfortunate timing. But as
yeah,
far as I'm
indeed.
aware, that match is still going to go underway. So, we will get the
Yeah.
information on that as soon as possible. These things do happen, unfortunately, in the digital world. However, what we can quickly go over now that we have the window is the bracket that's been laid out for us. We've got Mott's going against Saint Milkman. We've got Alien going up against Ruthless. We've got POTUS and Alex obviously going at it currently. Snarks Remarks is going up against X. Brian G is going up against ISI. And then we've got Girth Quake going up against Mr. Fat Cat. We've got Nobody, as in the name Nobody, not Nobody, but Nobody, going up against Vibes. And then we finally have Kiwi Zombie going up against Fixer. That will be our round one turnout. And obviously, as the matches continue, those who are defeated will be dropped down into our secondary bracket, where they will have a second chance at trying to fight for the right to be in grand finals. Now, we do expect that second bracket to take a little bit more time to work through, because obviously, as there is a slightly smaller pool of matches than we would have in sort of a 30-40 person day, it's going to take a little bit longer for those secondary bracket matches to get established, but we will do our best to keep the flow as high paced and as hyped up and as high octane as possible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You you know, looking at this bracket right now, I can definitely tell that there's a few names that you expect to see going towards the winners final. But one thing is for sure, we've definitely seen newcomers show up, um, or even names that don't show up too often, um, happen to this bracket and hit us with a little bit of a surprise. So really excited to see if there's any sort of upsets that we get in the bracket. Obviously, Mott's, Brian G, winning previous tournaments. We expect them to make their moves, but again, things can things can always become a little exciting here. So for right now, it looks like we're actually going to be moving on to Girthquake versus Fat Cat. Fat Cat on Taz, Girthquake on Marvin. Okay, again, Taz. Love to see it. Don't see it too often. Marvin, someone who is rather known for being pretty decent in singles. Don't see Marvin too often either. Definitely more of a high school player. But let's go ahead and get started with this match.
Absolutely, we are going to go to Sky Arena for our first official combat of the stream. And it looks like Marvin very quickly setting up the UFO, having that little turret there to sort of chip away at Taz, giving him multiple things to worry about. And that's something with Marvin that you do see quite a lot of. You've got damage coming from many different sources that he could set up across the course of a match. And something that I've sort of coined the term, you litter the field with as much as possible to try and create a chaotic field of play. As we see our first elimination already, the Taz a stock down. Marvin looking very, very strong in the opening moments of this matchup, although Taz is someone who can very easily claw their way back. They are a comeback character. They're very good at building momentum very quickly, but they are going to need to break through the defenses of Marvin, who is currently doing a very good job of maintaining their early momentum.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Marvin only took 11 damage in the first stock. And I mean, at the beginning, there was just a bunch of juggling going on. It looks like Taz wasn't really able to touch the platform at all. But now that Fat Cat has the opportunity to finally step on the platform and kind of throw some hands, Finally getting off some more damage. Nonetheless, not necessarily the most effective, as you know, sitting at 129 to 112. Not to mention, Girthquick is still an entire stock ahead. So Fat Cat is definitely gonna have to pull something out of here, but instead gets pushed out with a nice up tilt there coming from Girthquake. 2-0. Oh, the air juggles coming in. Oh, please don't do it. You better not do it. Girthquake trying to use the dare. Still keeping Fat Cat off stage. The up tilt, no, but can't quite do it. I thought we were gonna see something insane right there. Okay, cool. So Fat Cat's able to get his stock off. All right, Fat Cat can breathe a little bit. You finally, you know, I mean, you're still in a pretty bad situation, but you know, at this point, you have to wonder like what can be done to kind of bring this back.
One of the most aggressive and most effective edge guards we've seen. Marvin's very good at playing that sort of offensively defensive kit. He does get the third and final elimination, and that is going to secure the first point in this best of 3 bout between the two. Girth looking very, very clean right now.
Yeah, the use of that dare, you know, on the edge is so strong on Marvin. So strong. I mean, in granted, it's not. It doesn't have the widest cleave or anything like that. It's literally just a straight vertical down attack. But if you use it properly, it is super annoying to deal with. And Girthquake did a great job of that. Great use of the bubble as well, as you do. As you may or may not know, if you do come in contact with Marvin's bubble, then it will make it so that any projectiles that Marvin shoots at you will basically become heat-seeking missiles for your flesh. So nice combo, you know, that can come from that if you do step into the bubble. Now, moving to game 2, looks like we're making a switch up. Fat Cat is moving on to Finn. Finn should be interesting.
We do often see those sort of mid-match switch ups these days. A lot of people sort of having a couple different characters, a couple of different kits under their wing that they're practiced with, and already we're seeing a little bit more value from the Finn. However, Marvin is still doing a very good job at maintaining stage control here. Although Finn's combinations can be very deadly, as we're seeing here, and we are seeing use of the force field. So very much identifying the aggression in Marvin and trying to play as defensively as possible. However, Marvin is still able to break through this sort of defensive style of play and get that damage in. And quite honestly, it's looking pretty even right now. We're at 94 to 82, almost a minute into this matchup. Finn is definitely within a kill range, but so now is Marvin. This is certainly seeming a lot more back and forth, a bit more of a slugger match between these two. So I feel it's very safe to say the switch to Finn is probably the smart move. Definitely seems to be a more comfortable character, at least in terms of presentation. But Marvin is still going to get the initial start.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely a much better start there for Fat Cat using Finn's side special. As he's able to get the first stock there, side special helps to destroy any projectiles, as you just saw right there. So as far as the ground attack is concerned, anything that you know Girthquake can shoot at him, he can just destroy it. So I mean, it's a pretty smart play. Don't believe that Finn can actually destroy Marvin's rocket, but from what I'm seeing, we're not even getting to the point of using the rocket. So we'll have that discussion when the time comes. Really good combo expression coming out of Fat Cat, though. I mean, definitely, you can always tell when someone's in the lab with a character, just like Girthquake using that combo to get the second stock. That was nasty work.
Very, very clean and very quick as well. Being able to execute combinations like that at a second's notice, like you say, very much a demonstration of experience and practice. A lot of muscle memory on display here. Although Fat Cat is still breaking through, trying to get that stock evened up. If they can get it quickly without taking too much more unnecessary damage, they could very easily take momentum going into final stock. However, Marvin is doing incredibly well at being evasive and only taking damage when absolutely necessary, making sure to trade for damage to the Finn wherever possible. We're looking at a 134 to what looks to be, I think that's 82. So already Finn is looking to be in kill range. Now at over 100, the heat level is insane here. Can be taken out at any moment. It's going to even up to the final stock here, but Marvin just needs to execute one combo, and they do. And that is all she wrote. Girthquake is going to be going straight on through to round 2.
Victory is
Yeah,
a lovely
Fat Cat
feeling.
is definitely someone who I would say stay on, Finn. You can definitely tell the skill there was much better with Finn, and I mean, also a better matchup since Finn can get rid of those projectiles. But really impressive work from Fat Cat. Congratulations though to Girthquake. Moving on to the quarterfinals, brother. Yeah, it was a solid matchup indeed. Always and again, always good to see new characters coming out. You know, Taz, Marvin. Although Marvin is something that is very decent in singles, we don't see Marvin every week, so again, just love to see that variety.
You've absolutely nailed it on the head there. We have seen a lot of movement within our first round matchups already. We see Mott's with a 2-0 win using their signature Harley against Saint Milkman, who is going to be going to face Ruthless in round 2. So very much good luck to both of them. Potus was able to win in a 2-0 victory as well against Alex. As was Snark from Mars, who was able to win 2-0 against X. So those two are going to be facing each other right now, in fact.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, Tom and Jerry versus is that Agent Smith? I believe it's Agent Smith.
Uh,
Uh, no, no,
I
Beetlejuice.
think that's
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, yeah.
Yeah, so small. I couldn't. Yeah, no, that'll definitely be an interesting one to watch. I mean, that might be the most diverse matchup with that I can think of. Um, okay, I like it. I like what we're seeing so far. Then of course we're waiting for Brian G to finish that matchup here with Sekta. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. This okay. All right. So we're about to see this go down right now. I'm excited. Let's go.
Going into Sky Arena, and once again we have
No!
technical difficulties on our end of things. Do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. This
Uh,
this is a very foreboding, very
it happens,
Juice.
man.
What have we said about prophecy? It's like not. Why are we doing this, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
come on,
What's the guy saying?
guy.
Foreshadowing. No, I'm kidding.
You listen to one speech of the Game Awards and you think now you're some kind of oracle. Hey, all right. All right, I'll date this tournament. I'll immediately date it. That's fine.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. I was really excited to see that match. It's just so different, you know. Two characters
Yeah.
that are fun to watch. I think they're two of the best designed characters in the game for sure. Um, for how they use their abilities, right?
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's something. It's something that I tend to praise whenever I do get the chance, right? Tom and Jerry, anytime that Tom and Jerry Tom jabs, is basically swinging at Jerry, but in the end, you end up hitting the character, you know, that you're going against. And Beetlejuice is always swinging at the beetle itself, but in the end, ends up hitting, you know, whoever they're going against, right? It's a very smart way to design a character like this in the game. So something that I feel as if isn't brought up enough in this just when it comes to talking about multiverses and what makes the game so great. So just a little 2 cents there. Just had to put that in there, put that out there. So they're aware.
It's an interesting kit that I think can genuinely be described as it's the same but different. Like
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the sort of the damage output and the sort of combo execution is a little bit typical of other similar sort of heavy hitting characters, but the way in which they do so and the movement required, and also part of it is just the presentation of the kit is so out there and different that it gives it that little extra bit of spice that differentiates it and sort of sets it apart from other fighters, not only in MultiVersus but in all other sort of platform fighter games.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true, man. And yeah, they just do a great job. Shout out to you, PFG. Shout out to you guys. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get back into that particular matchup, or if we're gonna. Well, okay. Well, yeah, no. It looks like we're moving on to Brian G versus Girthquake here. Girthquake again on Marvin. Brian G on Shaggy. Brian G's last week's tournament winner, so this will be a tough one for Girthquake. Getting in the match
It
though.
it's gonna be an interesting one. See, Brian G is prolific. I think is the correct word. Very prolific in MultiVersus.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
if you are Girth in this situation, I think you are a little bit cautious. I don't think intimidated. I don't think sort of stressed out is necessarily the right way to go about it. Obviously, we know how talented Girth is as a player, but we also understand the threat that Brian does pose to everybody in this bracket, everybody in the tournament. So the use of Marvin, and this is the other thing. I've not seen Brian go up against the Marvin,
Yeah.
so I am very interested to see both how Gerth is going to use that to their advantage, but also how Brian is going to react. Perhaps they've faced a load of Marvins in the past, and I'm just very negligent to that. But I'm going off of my limited viewing experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all of the highest players in this game have gone against the Marvin, in the singles match. And the thing about Shaggy is Shaggy wants to get inside, right? Shaggy's got to use them hands in order to do the job. Marvin also is the same, except Marvin has some utility that he can use to zone, and also kind of force Brian G to play into his game. For example, the bubble, right? If Shaggy wants to get inside, here's my bubble. You want to hit me? You got to come inside here, and use that as a just kind of like a a mind tactic to see if Brian G goes for the bait, if Brian G's going to be overly aggressive, or if Brian G's going to be smart and play around the utility, and still try to get inside. So this will be an interesting matchup, indeed, lot
Mm.
to see.
I will be very, very curious. I do believe we have, would you guess it, more technical issues that we're currently working through. So we will do our best to keep you guys informed as to what we know is going on. What I can tell you is currently POTUS is a point up against Snark Remarks, so very well done to POTUS for that. And as we speak, Kiwi Zombie has just beaten Fixer in a 2-1 matchup to progress through to the quarterfinals as well, where they will face Vibes. So all of our round two, our quarterfinals matches have been decided, and now we are, we're more so waiting for this round of competition to see its way through, whilst we get these technical difficulties sorted, as well as starting to get that secondary bracket up and running and moving.
Yeah, definitely be waiting to see how this all turns out here. I mean,
Hey, how's it going?
looking at the quarters final now, ah, I definitely see some matches that I wish that I would love to be a part of right now, just to watch it go down. But in the meantime, it looks like we're going to go ahead and shift over to Kiwi Zombie versus Vibes. Okay, Raven versus Harley. This will be a fun one. Um, hmm. Thinking about the advantage in this particular matchup. Just off speed alone, I'm giving it to Harley. I think Sarah can just be an absolute menace. Um, if you are playing Raven, though, Raven has a very safe nair you can use to kind of keep space when when you need it. But again, the combo expression is something that takes some time to put together. So, what to see? I mean,
Ah, all right.
yeah,
This is
this
just
will
like
be
one of
this
you
will be a
boys
fun one
done
indeed,
video
to,
games.
to watch. Let's go ahead and get started here. Both players doing a little dance, trying to figure out who's gonna go in first. Harley connected the bat bomb to herself. Okay, starts off with a nice little aerial combo. Some somewhat Mott's-esque to your type of play. That is one thing that we see him do quite a bit. Not really doing a whole lot now, using that nair from Raven to kind of keep good space.
You need a big dose
Both
of
players
chill.
trying to make something happen with their utility. Bat bomb's not really doing anything, just sitting on the platform. Okay, well, they're both again, both players playing it very safe here. Just chipping away at each other just to see what you can do here. I mean, whenever it's your first time going to get someone, you really want to see what they're capable of. So I mean, I guess I can't say that I'm too surprised that game one has a little bit of a slower start off here.
No, absolutely. Feeling out your opponent is very important, making sure you don't overextend yourself. We did see a very nice parry there from the Harley, able to get a really good damage window in on Raven. Starting to see progression towards those more sort of kill range heat levels. Currently at 75 to 69. Very nice, very nice. As we see Harley playing around the edge of the map with that bat bomb. Trying to sort of maybe goad Raven into trying to make a false move, but she doesn't. Raven securing the first stock of the matchup at 96, which, by all accounts is still very much comeback inviting for Harley here. Although it does still appear Raven's doing very well at controlling the stage.
Indeed. I mean, Raven's abilities do have a nice chunk of spacing on them. And, I see Raven the same way that I see Black Adam, to where it's not about, chaining combos and looking pretty while doing it. It's about spacing. It's about positioning. Speaking of positioning, Kiwi just positioned themselves off of the map, getting hit here by Harley. So it's even now, one stock to one. Only 70 heat on Harley, so game's not over. You can still work your way back into this, especially playing Harley. I will say, I haven't necessarily seen too much use of the Sair on Harley. I do feel like that is one of the best ways to engage in combos in this game. However, I will give it to Kiwi, really good at keeping space. As you see right there, knowing how to get out, knowing exactly how long and how wide that attack is going to be, and then just setting yourself in the right position here. Ooh, use of the Raven into the Sair. Kiwi is disgusting.
Very, very good utility of a new kit in the game. Someone who has clearly spent a lot of time practicing and spent a lot of time sort of analyzing every possible position they can be in. But also, as we do see Harley even up the stock count here, and we are practically on a 0-0 for the final stock, so a very, very even games. We're seeing Harley now start to really get that damage up, but with Kiwi's use of Raven here, the ability to adapt on the fly at any given moment, especially in the early stages of this match, is truly proven what level of skill they have on this field. Very nice catch on the Harley there, who is slowly starting to get that damage built up. We're seeing that heat level increase. The bat bomb is going to detonate now, and that puts them in a very good position to start dealing damage. Not quite enough for the elimination, but we do seem to be getting closer and closer to endgame as Raven is now in kill range.
Yeah, I have to give props to Kiwi for their use of spacing. However, vibes on Harley using the Nair to end the first matchup here. That started off in a sense where I was thinking this really could go either way, and I think that in that last stock, it was just Vibes was just able to just make more connections than early on. Yeah, it was a solid matchup. I'm excited to see if there are any adjustments that need to be made. Of course, both players were kind of just dancing around each other to start, just to see feel each other out. But I think this is where we start to see both players get warmed up, and the series really begins.
As we now open up on Trophy's Edge for our second round of the series here. Harley, very, very aggressive opening, using that platform to get a nice juggle up with the, the Louisville Slugger? Are you still calling it that?
All the time.
Very, very nice indeed. We see Raven here at 75. He is starting to build up a little bit of damage on Harley, but there is the elimination looking very, very strong. Vibes is absolutely running away with the early momentum here. We're really looking at Kiwi to try and break through the defense, but every time that it appears that they're going to, that bat bomb comes in and just breaks up the momentum like the flick of a switch. Vibe has done incredibly well at maintaining control over the space of the stage, using that jack-in-the-box sort of create that little bit of space in defense to prevent Kiwi from pushing in as much as they would. Kiwi is starting to set up a nice little edge guard here and is building up that damage. It needs to be said, they have done very well on this second stock to avoid the majority of damage, but I think we are slowly going to see that slow, methodical play become more and more fast-paced and chaotic as the timer does tick down and stress does continue to build.
Yeah, one of the things I've noticed here is that Kiwi is very mindful of Raven's lack of strength when it comes to edge guarding on, from a downward angle. Raven's dare isn't the most accurate, and it can be quite annoying to make a solid connection with. So therefore, whenever you do see Kiwi get Vibes off stage, not really getting too active there. In this case, though, able to use the up tilt there, aerial up tilt, in order to get Vibes off. So now we're sitting at 1-1, 84 to about 20 here. Not too much of a gap. You can definitely close that if you're on the side of Kiwi. Just gotta continue to use that nair for that spacing. Combo into Sarah. It's probably the most common connection that you will see Raven players use currently. And obviously, as the meta grows, you'll probably begin to see more confirms, and then of course players will start to call those confirms broken and cry about it online until it gets nerfed.
We saw a very, very well placed bat bomb there, securing the second stop for Harley, and again, signature part of the kit is using that bat bomb to try and control where your opponent is going to land. And it's obviously, we've seen very skilled players avoid the bat bomb detonation for the most part, but with how much pressure Vibes is applying to Kiwi right now, detonations like that where you don't always catch the dodge as perfectly as you can is par for the course at this point. Kiwi doing very, very well to try and begin that comeback build. As we now see Vibes is eliminated, and we do see that second stock in favor of Kiwi going down to the final stock of the game. But a beautiful parry from Vibes here, who instantly starts building up those ignite stacks once again, getting that chip damage in as we see Kiwi in kill range. This could be the end of days as Vibes trying now to desperately get that elimination. Both players playing very, very close to the bottom edge of the stage. Looks like Raven trying to use her summons to play defensively. It's not going to work out in their favor this time, though, as Vibes very dominantly, very vehemently moving forward in a 2-0 sweep onto semifinals.
Well done. Congratulations to Vibes. Kiwi, we're going to see move on to the lower bracket here, but nonetheless, pretty solid play. I mean, the Raven meta currently is Nair into Sair amongst other things, and if you are able to get that you get that side special off and knock a player towards you or away from you, usually you can use that aerial momentum to kind of chain together additional combos. So, pretty standard play out of Raven, and I'm excited to see what changes PFG makes to improve or I don't know nerf Raven, but I don't get the feeling that Raven's broken. Not like other characters, on release. So, yeah, it'll be fun to see. Fun to see how that character progresses in this game. Now, for the time being, we are moving on. Ruthless versus POTUS. Ruthless on Rick. POTUS on Tom and Jerry. Oh, I am fingers crossed we can get into this game without any technical issues. Because
It
this will
does
be a fun
seem to
one to watch.
be POTUS's matches that we keep sort of crashing on, so I am gonna
Yeah.
hope for the best here. And if this does continue to be the case and POTUS gets to the grand final, we could find ourselves in a bit of a sticky situation. But at the same time, I want to wish POTUS well. I don't want to say, "Oh, I hope you lose so we get to what." Do well, POTUS. You absolutely. I mean, you've gotten to the semi-finals as we have now entered our upper bracket best of five section. So you clearly deserve to be here. Elsewhere, don't forget in the other semi-finals match, it is going to be Vibes versus Brian Yee. So very much, we will be waiting to see that match begin. It does look like we're able to get into the lobby, so I've got my fingers and my toes crossed. This is looking pretty good right now. But yeah, it looks like lower bracket
All
is
right.
also very much underway. We've got Kiwi and Milkman going up against one another, Mots and Fixer going up against one another, Alex and X, Fat Cat and ISI as well. And I've
Guess
looked back to the
what?
screen and yeah, it's crashed. Oh, this is
Guess
that's
what? It's POTUS for sure. POTUS, restart your game. Come on. Do something. Yeah, we might need to just send POTUS a quick message to do a quick restart there. I don't know if it's restarting the computer or whatever needed. Nonetheless, though, it's interesting to see that Mods talk about upsets. Mods took the L versus Ruthless in the quarterfinal there. Ruthless must have been doing some ruthless things to be able to win that matchup. So shout out to you for taking down a previous MultiVersus singles champion in Mods. Going into the lower bracket, though, we're going to be seeing going to see Mods versus Fixer here, going into round two. This will definitely be an interesting lower bracket, situation here. I think that when we get to the quarterfinal, it's going to be all on stream, so we'll be able to see the magic happen. But for right now, there's still magic to be observed in the winners bracket. So we're gonna see Brian G versus Vibes. Brian G on Shaggy, Vibes on Harley. This is a matchup that we've seen multiple times in the past. Um, I'm excited for it though, as always.
absolutely any match that Brian G is in is going to be an interesting one,
Indeed.
for sure. But also, we just come off of a very strong victory from Vibes. Harley versus Shaggy is a matchup we see constantly throughout these tournaments. So I imagine both of these guys are very well versed in what they're, I say what they're supposed to do, the ideal way to handle each other's kits. I'll be very interested to see how this goes.
Yeah, let's go and get started here, brothers. We got Brian G doing the combo that we all expect here. Shaggy, very good at getting you up in the air and sending you where you need to go. Both players finally starting to make some connections here. Kind of just spamming out at the moment just to see what connects and get a feel for your opponent here. Brian G trying a parry, but not quite getting that off. See, missing some abilities here, just kind of swinging all willy-nilly. We got, okay, Sarah connecting a little bit there on the side of Vibes. but not really able to chain anything out of it though. The dash attack missing twice, definitely something that you want to do your best to connect with there. Ooh, getting punished with the nair. Yeah, the nair is something where if there's a nice chunk of whiff in that attack if you don't connect. So you gotta be careful there, to not get punished, especially by someone as skillful as Brian G. Will make sure you regret swinging like that. Wow, almost caught. Second stock there, but not quite. Nice dare into the up tilt. Can't quite follow it up though. Shaggy sitting at 83. Harley at 79, but again, Brian G is already one whole stock ahead, so he's kind of just cruising at this moment.
Absolutely, a very, very interesting match so far. Very much risky on both accounts. Harley went for the elimination there, but gets punished for it as Brian, who did a very sort of common Shaggy play in using the supercharge on the edge of the map to try and delay and easily avoid your opponent. Harley went for the punish but whiffed it. Harley does make up for it this time, however, and does get the stop back. Brian G is now 2 stocks to 1 in favor, so still very much an opportunity to Vibes to bring this back, but it's going to need to play very carefully around a very aggressive and very risk happy Brian G.
Yeah, Brian G likes to play aggressive, likes to get inside. I mean, right now though, we can definitely see Brian G is having a party. He's kind of chilling right now. Doesn't seem to feel very intimidated. So I mean, literally just jumping up and down on the platform, not swinging, throwing the nair out there. Finally, doesn't really do much with it though. Ooh, the bad bomb into the nair was kind of nice. Okay, now Brian G is getting on the aggressive here. He says, "You hit me, so now I have to hit you back." And it does a nice little combo there. Can't quite finish anything off though. 65-74 here. Still in favor of Brian G as he's 1 stock ahead. Dare misses on the side of Vibes. Bat bomb goes off but doesn't do anything. Nice down tilt into the neutral attack. Ooh, and Vibes is able to get the second stock. Now Brian G still looking pretty comfortable. And you got to imagine that he's going to be able to end this matchup pretty soon. And pretty much just takes 1 jab, confirm. Oh, but doesn't get the confirm. There it is. There's the uppercut, and as we expected, game over.
Vibes did really well in the initial dodges in that final encounter. Unfortunately, things did just end up going in Brian's favor. He was able to find that one little window and get that nasty Shaggy uppercut through. And that is going to be a point in favor of Brian G. Don't forget, this is still very much a best of 5 situation, so it's not over for Vibes by a long, long way.
Indeed. And thank you for reminding me. I wish there was some sort of way of seeing that on Start GG, that it's BO5 versus BO3. I always forget. I'm always like, yeah, 2-0, yeah, GG's. Oh, we're not moving on. Oh, yeah, I knew that.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
I look like the dummy. I look like the dummy every time. Okay.
No. It's okay. It's okay.
And then we just get producer in my ear going, hey, dumbass, it's best of 5. I'm like, oh, sweet, appreciate it.
See, this is why you're here to be the looks. You're the sex appeal of this caster's desk, and I'm the one that can count to 5.
You know what? I mean, at this rate, you guys might just find me twerking in my chair, in some future episode. At the, if
hold
I
on,
keep
can
this up.
we just get a check on Twitch TOS real quick?
Family stream.
Yeah. Oh.
It looks like we're gonna be getting back into this matchup pretty soon here. Just hoping to see what takes place. Pretty solid match first time around. I think I saw what I expected to see from both players. Brian G, and honestly, not just Brian G. If you are a Shaggy main, your objective is to collect jab confirms. The more jab confirms you can collect, the better off you are. So the better that you are at getting inside, using dodge attacks, dodge lands, just being smooth, being fast, and a little deceptive, you're gonna succeed on Shaggy. Vibes, I would like to see a little bit more skill expression on the side of vibes. I mean, Harley is someone who has been in the meta from the beginning, so you kind of understand what you want to look out for. Down tilt is a great combo starter, but can be countered pretty easily if you're a smart player. And Sayer is something that pretty much you're always looking out for anytime that gets aerial. So there are certain moves that you're just aware are going to come your way. So it can be rather easy to get away from Harley players at times.
No, it's. I think the other thing as well is a lot of the kits that we see are just very movement heavy. So, but I think this is the you are much more informed on these things than I. I am not the platform fighter connoisseur here.
Uh,
Elsewhere on the lower bracket, we do still have a couple of matches that are taking place. Kiwi, Zombie, and Saint Milkman are still very much going at it. So good luck to the both of them. Mott's was able to beat Fixer and has moved on to round 3 of lower bracket. So congratulations to Mott's for doing so. Fat Cat is going up against Snark Remarked, and that match is currently underway. And then elsewhere on the lower bracket as well, we have Girthquake going up against Alex. So yeah, again, very much good luck to the both of them. As for the 3 matches that are going underway, as far as I can see, we're not getting a score update yet, but we will let you know as soon as we see anything.
yeah. That's on point. I think this is the part where you and I just start staring into each other's eyes and you know just giving words of affirmation. So
I'm wearing the glasses. You don't know where my eyes are. You don't know where I'm looking.
that's what makes this so awesome to me. So it makes this process even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is one of those things that happens. In these tournaments, some technical issues do come about, but we will continue to persevere and stay on the hunt. One of these matches is going to work for us. We'll get in there eventually. Um, Heck, we might even well, no, it's the winter semis. We gotta watch the winter semi matches, right? I mean, we can't just say, "Hey, we're going to lower bracket now, guys." It's not that's no fun. That's no fun.
Polished gameplay, dear boy. Polished gameplay. Yes. Perfectly working video games with no bugs or connection issues whatsoever. That's what we get here in 2025. I almost said it with a straight face. Almost said it with a straight face, but
Starting to sound like a podcast episode.
I
Yeah,
mean,
episode number 47.
yeah. 39.5 MultiVersus edition. God damn it.
Now it does look like Ruthless has taken a 2-1 lead over POTUS. So that's good. You love to see that. Not seeing much of an update here with Brian G and Vibes' set though, so we're not quite sure how things are looking there. Last time we saw Brian G was up 1-0 though.
Be very curious to see how that one does end up playing out. It's trying to get accurate information across the board here, which is not the easiest thing to do all the time, but we're making it work as best we can. I'm very much keeping my eye on that lower bracket as well because we have could have some very interesting outcomes. With personalities like Earthquake and Fat Cat down there, who've been a little bit of a pair of dark horses. If we're being real, like Girthquake put
Mm,
on a beautiful performance against Fat Cat in round 1, so we could be seeing a couple potential rematches. It does look like, however, Fat Cat has been eliminated as I speak. Snarks Remarks was able to beat them and is now going to go up against Mott's in their next matchup, which is not a matchup we've seen tonight. It was POTUS who was able to eliminate Snark, so we could be seeing Snark trying to go on a bit of a redemption story. Govquake does seem to have a point up on Alex, so very much congratulations to you for that one, and I hope your next round goes just as smoothly. And Kiwi and Saint Milkman, I still don't think we've had a score update yet. Oh no, we have. Saint Milkman does have a point up. I'm basically constantly hitting my refresh button here. But Saint Milkman is a point up on Zombie, and Alex was able to even up the scoreboard one apiece. So that matchup is still very much in competition.
Indeed, yeah, we've seen Girthquake in previous tournaments. I'm actually looking at the event repository right now. In a previous tournament, Girthquake did reach 5th place. That was back in October. And I want to say there was another opportunity before that, but maybe much earlier in oh yeah, there it is there. So back in September, Girthquake landed a tied 7th place on Harley, actually. So a little bit of a change up there. And I believe that would be it that we've seen. But let me just confirm. Hey, I'd hate to be wrong in this case. No, that's not Girthquake. That's Gritaku. Yeah. So it's just been 2 tournaments where we saw a 7th place spot and also 5th. So, yeah, Girthquake's been around for some time here.
Unfortunately, the information is just now coming through to me that Girthquake and Kiwi have both been eliminated, and our second round 3 match in our bracket is going to be Saint Milkman versus Alex, which I do believe is going to be starting imminently. So very much good luck to both of them. Meanwhile, we have Brian G and Vibes. We have finally gotten this match to the point where we can view them. Looking at the overlay, it's saying 2-0. I'm going to assume that that is accurately informed from our producer. So we are in win conditions for Brian G.
Yes. Nice to see the newbie queen coming out here. I'm interested to see what vibes has. We've only seen Nubia once, at least on stream in the previous tournament. Nubia definitely not known for being a singles guy. Definitely more of a doubles character, but has some nice range. As you just saw right there, didn't connect unfortunately. But I mean, to start the match off, Brian G was able to get a very early stock here, so very good start for Brian G. I'm sure Brian G's gonna be much more comfortable, as we've seen in previous matchups. Kind of sit around, dance on the map, play very slow here, and not try to do too much. Nice parry into the dare, into the up tilt, but can't quite follow up from there either. Now, in this case, I mean, you have someone who is so great at commanding space. Oof, almost connected. Okay, very nice use of the dare there from Vibes. I only expect that going forward, we'll see more use of that range.
Unfortunately, it's not going to save them on this occasion. Brian G was able to get that second elimination, that second stock now up, and was able to do it maintaining a very, very low heat level on their own at second stock. So Nubia is definitely in a rough spot right now. Is going to need to start pulling out some moves from that bag of tricks that they have. But Brian G using that floating platform to sort of maintain the juggle on Nubia and gets an ironclad knee, which is going to get the elimination very quick. Very, very clean. And I believe that is going to mean Brian G is our first finalist of the night.
And that was clean. That was clean. I wish we would have seen more use of the space. You know, Again, Nubia doesn't necessarily need to be inside at all times. You can just poke and just be annoying. However, I mean, again, there could be a fair bit of delay if you do whiff with that neutral attack and your special attack as well. So could be why Vibes decided to kind of be more of and play more aggression here. Again, Nubia is much better in a duo scenario, but still, you know, we do appreciate the variety. We love to see other players get pulled out of the hat. So shout out to Vibes. Congrats, Brian G. Moving on to the winners final, 2 weeks in a row. Okay, Brian G trying to rack up those points for that big boy tournament. I see you. I see you.
Of course, we will remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is all a part of Crap Media's first official MultiVersus competitive season, in which anyone who places high on our weekly leaderboards will be earning points throughout their campaigns in order to try and get into our invitational that Crap Media will be hosting at the end of the season, which will have a much larger prize pool for our top 3 competitors of said invitational. So, you know, even if you don't necessarily make it through and win the grand finals matchup, trying to climb as high as you can, trying to make as much progress on that ladder, it will end up paying off if you can stay committed. So we do implore and emphasize to people, you know, if you get taken out early, it's still not over. It's not just about getting that first place. It is about trying to get as many points as you can.
Yeah, rack them up. Stat pad. That's why we're here. You know, I stat pad all the time. No, I'm kidding. Now, you know, you show up, you throw some hands, you hopefully do well, and if you do, then you'll find yourselves in the invitational where you have the chance to win a lot more. You know, it's a great situation to be a part of. You know, if only I had the hands to be able to do what these cats do on a daily, weekly basis, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be going against Brian G with my Harley trying to win. But of course, that wouldn't be very entertaining at all because the game would be over in 30 seconds. So it's okay. It's okay. I don't cry myself to sleep any longer. I've gotten over it at this point.
Oh, look at that for character development.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good old character development. Yeah, now for right now we're still waiting to see the winner of Ruthless versus POTUS. Actually, that just came through. POTUS managed to pull the reverse sweep and come out with the W against Ruthless. So Ruthless is now moving into the lower bracket. Um, hmm. Interesting to see how that will turn out. We're going to be seeing. Did I say something about foreshadowing earlier? We're going to be seeing POTUS versus Brian G in the winners final here. Match getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Fingers are crossed. Let's see what happens.
So
Oh,
far,
please.
looking okay. No.
Yeah, no. Foreshadowing is a narrative device. I mean, I'm dude.
Oh, where have I heard that trope
Uh,
before?
yeah, man. We're gonna tell POTUS to restart game or restart PC, restart internet, something, anything,
What
please.
what I might put on the table, if we take a very, very quick break so that we can try and get all these technical difficulties sorted as quickly as possible, and then going forward for the rest of the stream, we should be all good in terms of at least outside of technical jargon. So we are going to take a very, very quick break whilst we get these things ironed out for you, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will be right back, hopefully, with your finals round. Fingers crossed. We'll see you in a moment.
Yeah.
from the sky as if thrown from Mars. Hold me tight, please don't let me down, 'cause we'll start falling, falling, falling towards the ground. Cause we'll start falling, falling, falling. Cause we'll start falling, falling, falling. Cause we'll start falling.
There's a reason she's alone. You can't pin her down because no one needs her home and needs her around. She says there's beauty in the hills, drip in the sky. So don't be sad because I'm wrong. It keeps me alive. To impress her, it's too damn hard. To stay loyal without going too far. If I see her again, promise I won't impressing her is just so damn hard. I much. No one misses her like I do. I hope she's having fun, doing what she wants to, and send a postcard or two from the sights sometime. To impress her, it's just too damn hard. And I want her back, but she's gone too far. If I see her again, promise I won't cry. Words spill out of your mouth. You wish you were someone else. I miss you, but I know you miss your old self too. Silver once golden. There's only so much holding on you can take when your mind's at stake. Oh wait, do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to put your heart to rest. I'll keep waiting as long as it takes. Do what you gotta do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently working on trying to. We have found the source of the issue with the spectating. We're just going to try and see if we can get that fixed. But the upper finals is currently underway. We do not want to delay it any more than we need to. Last we heard, Brian was 2 points up to nil. But we will get an update on that soon, I'm sure. In the meantime, we are going up with Mots and Vibes. And it does appear to be a Harley mirror match. We've got Dr. Harley versus what looks to be more of like a beach get up kind of crazy Harley. The double bat bomb immediately off rip and a detonation on red Harley. So for our viewers, blue is going to be Mots in this case and red is going to be Vibes. So we will do our best to help you keep track of that as things go. But the damage is definitely a little more stacked in Mott's favor, although I say that and they immediately start turning it around. A fairly even matchup in these opening stages so far. And we've seen a couple Harley mirror matches over the course of these tournaments, and it doesn't like Vibes was going for the elimination, but Mott's able to survive and now secures the edge of the stage. Vibes able to break through and almost eliminates Mott's. It's very rare that you see Mott's in this precarious position so early into a matchup.
Yeah, it's very rare that you also see Mott struggling against another Harley. However, in this case, Vibes was able to get the first stock here using that good old Louisville slugger. So now, moving on here, I mean, you're kind of seeing similar play styles coming out of both. You know, the nice Sarah into Nair for Mods to get the first stock there. The Mod special coming off here, not able to quite get anything to change from it, but that was a very nice combo indeed. Does get edge guarding a bit. Nice parry into jab combo. Sarah again, good read, but can't use that mallet to kind of finish off that combo. Great use of the bat bomb coming out of both players here in this case. But we've seen that particular bat bomb combo used time and time again by Mods to get another stock. That was absolutely beautiful. Only 21 damage on Mods as well. So definitely feeling a lot more comfortable coming into this this third and final stock. But you know, just needed a few seconds to get warmed up again and get back into the usual Mods mode. Catching a parry here. Vibes is on the loose now. Does get a nice combo off. Catches the bat bomb to the face. Now another up special. Uses the Sayer to get back on stage. Nice read as well. Dash attack does fail. And you get countered by that nice little nair. Double bat bomb cancellation. Love to see it. Here, and Mods is on the offensive. Sitting offside, but gets caught by a nair. Nice spacing using the Jack in the Box. Mods might be able to finish off here, and does. Very good start to the series here. Mods in the lead.
Very, very nicely done. Mott's once again putting on full display why they are at the level that they are. Do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of the night, it is going to be best of 5. We are now in our top 8, which is where things get a little bit more high stakes as we go over to Trophy's Edge for our second round of this series. Mott's in a very, very good position, possibly looking for that 3-0 sweep. Vibes, though, put on a very, very good performance in that matchup, getting the first stock on Mott's, which, you know, by no means is anything to scoff at. So we're going to be really looking for Vibes to pick up that momentum.
Indeed, yeah. Starting off here, though, I mean, momentum is definitely going in favor of Mods here. I mean, he's tapping that ass at the moment. Gets the first stock. Only two heat to to speak to. So yeah, this is it seems as if this matchup might just start moving in a direction. Yeah, we're kind of starting to see that Mods movement that we're all too familiar with here. More attacks again. Only 6 damage on Mods, and we've got Vibes sitting into 62 on the second stock. Finally able to get a little bit of damage off here, but Mods is comfortably back on stage. The boy is throwing out them Joey Daddies, and they are connecting with grace. That is one thing that we can't say at this moment.
Looks like Vibes is trying to secure that edge control, looking for an elimination here. Mott's having those ignite stacks slowly chip away at their health, which, you know, at this stage in the game could prove vital, but Mott's once again secures a stock, now 2-0 in this particular matchup. And looking for the Mott special, perhaps. We could be looking at it. It looks like the Bat Bomb was just enough to save Vibes from an early grave there, and now looking for their own elimination. Mott securing that floating platform to maintain themselves within the boundaries of the stage, and now Mott's potentially lining up for another Mott special. There is the spin kick. There it is, Juice.
There it is. You love to see it. He even kind of cooked the grenade a little bit, you know, going off stage, but was still able to connect. Yeah, that's awesome. Very, very vintage indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We love to see it. Going in now to game 3, Mott's with a 2-0 lead. Now, the question is, how do you adjust if you're Vibes, right? It's tough because Mott's knows exactly what you want to do because you're playing his character, right? So, I mean, the only thing that you can try is just to make more, to connect as many hits as you possibly can. Of course, Sayer is a great tactic to use with Harley, but and then of course you got, you know, Mott's just parrying, you know, over and over like you see here. A few weeks back we saw that Mott's the Legend matchup where they just kind of parried each other over and over again, and it really did make a huge difference here. So it seems to be something that you're going to expect to see from those you know, top shelf characters in this game.
Vibes here trying, it seems, to push Mott's to the edge of the stage, try and secure ground control here, but Mott's very evasive and very good on the execution. There's the Mott special immediately out of the gate. 40 seconds into the matchup, and Mott is a stock up and looking beautiful while doing it at a very, very cushy 36. Mott's now brought up to a 53 from a really nice combo there from Vibes, but once again, there was the parry that we do expect all the time, and looking at a very nice juggle here. Vibes already brought back up to 40 on the heat level. Really need to start looking at getting that elimination quickly before they take too much damage from Mott here. The mallet comes out, and it looks like that we're going to maybe try and go for an elimination blow here, but Mott's able to avoid it just enough. Is taking damage from those afterburn stacks, however, a very, very good application of status effects to chip away, but there it is. The evasiveness of Mott's, even taking that elimination, has already gotten Vibes up to 73. Momentum is still very much on Mott's side.
Without question. I mean, 10 to 76. You know, if you're on Mott, you're feeling pretty comfortable right now. You're just telling yourself to continue to play your game. Still, I mean, at this rate, I was gonna say Vibes had a chance to make some sort of comeback if they could chain together some combos here. But of course, it spoke too soon. My special off the map here, trying to end this game early if possible, but can't quite. Flies with a nice dodge into the combo off stage. Gonna try a little edge guarding here, but misses. Does make a connection with the bat bomb. Mods couldn't do anything to follow up, however, though. Those Ignite stacks trying to start, but Vibes able to get the second stock here. 29-0. This is officially any player's game. Oh, are we going to see a reverse sweep?
Potentially, it's certainly looking like Vibe is still in this game, but Mott's trying to get into
Yikes!
it with the special. Yeah, so prediction juice. No, we're not gonna see
Yeah.
reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mods said, yeah, you guys are joking, right? Yeah. Sorry, Mods. My bad, man.
Very,
Well,
very well done from Mott's. And ladies and gentlemen, this just in. Brian Yee, in a 3-0 sweep, has secured their position in grand finals.
okay. So we're going to see POTUS back in the losers final here. Brian G going to grand final 2 weeks in a row. We're gonna have to see if anyone is able to knock him off his throne. Finally. Well, for now we know that Mata's taking the series against Vibes. And we are gonna be waiting to get started with Ruthless and Alex's series here. Only a matter of time. Looks like, have they decided who they're going to be playing? Yep, looks like Ruthless is going to be I'm sorry, yeah. Alex is going to be on Gizmo, Ruthless back on the Rick. Two characters with some fairly good utility. I would say as far as the ground game is concerned, you really could go in either favor, but Rick does have one of the best jabs in the game. So this will be an interesting matchup to see. Can't wait. Can't wait.
I will be very, very curious to see how things go in that as we get it set up for you, ladies and gentlemen. Like we say, MultiVersus can be a little bit of a difficult game, technically speaking, so we're just going to wrestle with it a little bit and get things as smooth as possible.
Yeah, it always takes a little bit of work. A little bit of work from us.
The best things in life do is what I'm told. How that goes, I'm not entirely sure. But we are still waiting. Whilst we are, should we have a quick look at our season's leaderboard?
Absolutely. Are you able to see? I can't even. Okay, wait, let me put the screen here. I feel like the old man. Okay, I can see it now. There we go. Going from the bottom of the top here, we got Shaft, Nizzle at 9, Eric also tied there at 9 as well. Who's the legend and Backpack tied for 7. Brian G, I think he had 6 5. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the position increased after tonight. Malignant Arnold in a good spot there. Legend, Gold High, and of course, sitting comfortably in first place. Pretty stacked.
No, you're absolutely bang on the money there, and of course, Mott's has secured themselves a top 4 position at this point in the competition. So Mott's is still going to be very much securing that lead. As we now go into our last quarterfinals match of the night, only a couple matches left until our illustrious grand final. We do indeed have the Rick Gizmo combat coming up for us. Going to Trophy's Edge for our first matchup, which is going to be really interesting. We know how that can benefit Gizmo's kit. Obviously, with the addition of the platforms, can be very useful for the chaotic kit that Gizmo has. Rick may struggle a little bit with using his projectiles with said platforms, does provide Gizmo a bit of extra escape against that, but we will see how these players adapt as this match and this series begins to get underway.
Let's get underway indeed. I mean, there's pretty nice lead here. Ooh, jeez Louise, brother. Yeah, it's actually now that I notice it, there's already a fair lead here for Alex, being up 1-0 over Ruthless, and manages to get that first stock there using that good old Lambo. It's such a shame to blow up such a nice car. Oh, but in response though, Ruthless is able to get a nice early stock there as well. So only 43 damage behind. You can definitely come back here. Just have to do what Rick does. Maybe get a couple of jab confirms here. Nice way to destroy the car there, so you don't take too much damage. Sair off stage. Nice dare into Sair again. Ooh, tried to follow it up, but can't quite do it. Okay, nice to see a little bit of the skill expression coming out of here on the side of Ruthless though, and trying to use that Sair to continue to kind of keep edge guarding there, but can't quite do it. Big Rick coming out though. We got Big Rick on the stage. Didn't quite eat the car. Good thing you didn't, because that would have been a stock there, but it doesn't matter. The side special comes out, and that is stock number 2 for Alex.
Alex looking very, very strong right now in a very dominating 2-stock lead. Obviously in a very risky position with the amount of heat that they have taken in the process, but getting that second stock lead at this point in the game could very well spell out the structure of the end game in these series. There again, a very good use of the car, the Hot Wheels, the Lamborghini. It's had many names over the course of this series. What we do know is that it is a heavy blow. We see Rick here at a very dangerous 89, desperately trying to get that elimination off Gizmo, and they do. But they're in a very risky position at 97 now, very much in kill range for Gizmo at any moment, looking for Rick to pull off this juggle, and a beautiful combo that they were able to pull off, but Gizmo does break out of it, uses their projectile to slowly continue that damage chip. Rick now deep in the triple figures at 115 is going to try and eliminate Gizmo, who is at 74. This could still very much go either way, but Gizmo just needs that one window in order to secure the elimination. Rick able to dodge away from the car, which would have been game over, and Gizmo!
Oh.
Gizmo stumbles. I mean, that
hurts.
I don't like to use the word very often, but that's gotta be one of the worst botches we've seen so far.
Yeah, that hurt for sure. I mean, that can come back to bite Alex in the tushy. At this point, it seemed to me that Gizmo was kind of just holding on to the charge rather than just letting it go and connecting and grabbing onto the wall. Could have been lag as well. That kind of thing can happen, but very unfortunate. SD. We'll have to see how that affects this series going forward here. Nice combo though to start out from Ruthless, not wasting any time here using those portals to kind of chain together one more hits. The Lambo comes out but doesn't make any sort of connection here. Got Ruthless trying to get back on stage, but now decides to want to stay off and fight. The side special coming out from Alex. Oh,
I think that was a parry. I think that was a parry. That must have been right.
It had to be. I was so sure that was Alex just go ahead to follow up with the upper and get him off, but I guess not. So yeah, lead has gone to Ruthless.
I wish we had VAR so I could analyze that a little bit more closely, but that was a very, very clean turnaround. And there's the second stock as well. All of a sudden, Ruthless is living up to his name. He is showing no mercy. 2 stocks to 0. Gizmo is going to get the elimination there. There it is. That's what we want to see. But now we're at a 0-0 reset with stock advantage going to Ruthless. I mean, this is an incredible turnaround, and we're seeing a downward juggle here as well. Desperately trying to get that early heat level elimination. They're trying to get a very sort of low damage elimination off of Gizmo. The Mi-6 is going to get rid of the car, but not going to knock Gizmo off stage, which I think is what Rick is looking for. And now Gizmo is trying to build up that damage, which they are very successful at doing, but Rick is just a little bit better at finishing off the combinations. The portal was not going to be enough for him to continue the cycle forward. Gizmo is able to break out of it, but at 87 to 81, this could go either way for this stock. But again, you got to keep in mind, Rick's got a whole stock advantage. Is this? I don't want to call it before it's over, but I think there's only so many ways Gizmo can get out of this in one piece.
Indeed, yeah, you're gonna have to pull off something really amazing here, you know, in order to be able to get 2 stocks off while over 100 heat. This should be Ruthless's match, if only able to get another confirm here. Maybe some sort of jab. Oh yeah, that should be it right there. Okay. So the last match was a bit of a botch, and you go, you know what? It's all good. We don't lose full. Second match, sorry, the following match you lose, which that's tough. That's tough. I mean, the most important thing here, if you're Alex, is you got to keep composure. Yes, you right now you could be up 2-1, but it's okay. You know, we've seen reverse sweeps happen. You know, it has happened, so it's not necessarily over here. But you know, again, momentum is a thing. You know, when it comes to competitive sports, esports, and you know, included. So you have to just stay focused, stay composed, stay in the matchup.
Absolutely, it is not over until the bell has rung. Rick, sorry, I'm so used to it being Morty. We don't see Rick very often. Rick here at 63, so Gizmo has done quite well at getting the initial advantage. But still, it is the use of the portals, I think, is the biggest advantage Rick has right now. Being able to secure so much of the stage and have so much ground control that Gizmo really needs to utilize the Lamborghini to the best of their ability, which they do effectively here. Getting that initial stock, Alex, you know, very clearly trying to get that momentum back after their round 2 mistake. Rick is able to even up the stock count, however, a very, very good use of the portals to control space like we were mentioning just now. And the second elimination off Rip. And once again, Ruthless is looking like he is in a really, really good spot right now. Gizmo not able to get use of the Lambo here. Looks like Rick was able to position himself, and the car is going to despawn before Gizmo can get real value from it. Rick has taken a lot of damage here, but again, that entire stock advantage tells the story of the match there and there.
Yeah, I mean, a loss of resources there in that situation causes Alex to end up off stage. It's, you know, it's unfortunate something like that happening twice in in the series. The first one more of an SD, but the second more of a a result of just gameplay in general, right? So it's tough, but it looks like Alex should be able to. Oh wait, never mind. Gets reversed. Catches the nice Uno reverse there. Maybe trying to get as quick a stock as possible here. I mean, 82 damage. Oh, okay, 97 damage here. You know, you just gotta play the best MultiVersus of your life for 1 stock. You know, that's essentially what you need to do here, and avoid any Sarah and dares if you possibly can, but unable to do so. And as a result, Ruthless is taking the series.
Very, very well done from Ruthless. I mean, Alex did, you know, for all intents and purposes, they did really start to pick up at the end there. But I think a lot of it comes down to, like, the mechanical execution, especially that reversal in Game 3 that Ruthless somehow was able to pull. I'm still not entirely sure how that came about, but that, I mean, just beautiful MultiVersus gameplay. That was MultiVersus, true and true. And now Ruthless immediately gonna stay in the saddle, going up against Mott's in the semi-finals. Still a best of 5, ladies and gentlemen, let us remind you. But Ruthless has a lot of momentum going into this after that performance.
Ruthless is feeling good, feeling ready. You know, not to mention Ruthless also did take down Mott's earlier. So at this point, if you're Ruthless, you're just hoping for the same results. You know, you're not relaxing. This is no time to relax by any means. But the confidence is there. So you gotta work. You just gotta keep working it.
Going into Sky Arena for the first match of this series. And we are going to be looking at Harley going up against the Rick. I mean, and after that performance of Rick in the last match, you know, Harley, who again is a character who likes to be mobile, likes to sort of be up in the air a lot, especially the way Mott's plays. I can see those portals being a really big save from something like a Mott special. Although we may see the initial setup already, a really nice dodge there from Rick on this occasion, and gets a little bit of damage as well from the Mi 6 on the back. Mott's, honestly, again, we're in a position where Mott's is on the back foot. Rick takes the first stock.
Okay, break's over.
Yeah, no, that was pretty easy work there. Coming from Ruthless, it seems as if Ruthless just knows how to play into a Harley and is doing pretty well here. Although catches 2 nairs back to back to the face. Those are nairs that you can see coming clear as day. So I'm not really sure what's happening there. Good dodge reads here from Mods to kind of combo chain here. Jeez Louise, 0 to 40. Nice response here coming from Ruthless, but not able to do too much here. Jack in the Box does interrupt that combo. The down tilt does fail, something that can really punish you if you're Harley, but doesn't matter though. Mods is able to get a parry. And still, Ruthless able to come around and get that second stock here. So now only 65 heat. You really want to try to get as much chip damage off as you can if you are on the side of Ruthless going into that final stock here. That'll give you a much more easier runway to kind of play your game and take this first matchup. But no, of course that's not going to happen, because we're going to see yet another fall off stage. Jeez, those really hurt, man. You got to be careful in those situations.
You do, you really do. However, Ruthless was in a position where they had the extra stock to spare, and they had dealt a lot of damage. I mean, you look at this currently, 90 to 0. We are going to see a bit of damage from the detonation. Did move across the stage very, very well, just making space from Harley. There are times when retreating is beneficial, and definitely when you got that bat bomb attached to you, making sure that you can create as much space as possible is of vital importance. Mott's doing very, very well to guard this edge here, but the portal is going to break through. Mott's was able to dodge away from it though, follows up with a backward slugger. But it looks like Rick was able to stay alive. This could get very, very close very, very quickly. Harley now in kill range. Rick going to be looking for that elimination. Mott's able to just about stay alive. Going for the Louisville Slugger. Hits the second one, and there it is. Mott takes the first point.
Whoa, Ruthless had a fair lead going into that final stock, and Mott just locked it in. Okay, well, this is a series. Mott wants payback, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this is. Mott hasn't forgotten. That you love to see it. They love to see it going on to game 2. Let's see if Ruthless is able to make any adjustments here to get this nice parry onto the projectile. Can't quite do it to the Mi 6, but that's okay though. Nice combo coming from Ruthless here. Jab, confirm it. Jab again into Dare. Another jab into Sair. That hurt. 82 damage taken so quickly there. And Mott's on the hunt here. Able to start a parry here. Nice combo follow up. The use of the Sair is so crazy. Now it's only a 15 damage difference, whereas before it was 82. So Mott's definitely not scared. Back in the lead here when it comes to the heat. catches Dare offside. Doesn't matter though. Back on stage using that slugger. Parrying
Yeah, how you like that side?
the projectiles. You love to see it. Big Nair comes in, misses. But that Dare follow-up from Ruthless confirms that first stock.
The dark
A
medicine.
really, really nice use of combos from both these guys, and something I'm sort of realizing as this matchup continues is that the fluidity of both of their cycles that they're able to execute is so clean and so beautiful to watch. You know, both of them able to pull off 70, 80 damage combos so easily. Yeah, they make it look like anyone could pull it off. They make it look so smooth. As Mott's now securing that edge guard, trying now to get that stock lead that can very easily dictate the outcome of the match. But Rick doing very, very well in securing enough of a guard on their own to continue the damage output onto Mott here. Ruthless in a very, very good position despite Mott's consistent execution of the parries and the dodges, and we see that slugger come out again. There is the double combo, and there is the elimination. Looks like Morty trying to bait Harley into a moment of weakness as we have the transformation here, trying to get that elimination but does not follow through with it enough. We are going to see Harley fatiguing here, which is going to make a little bit of a vulnerability window. If Ruthless is going to get elimination, it needs to be now, because the more that heat builds up, the more at risk he's going to be towards the end game of this match. We know how quickly Mott's can build up those heat levels, and we're seeing it now. Not quite able to get the elimination, and now Mott is building up to sort of that 50, 60 range, up to 62, and the Ignite as well, which is also going to chip away at Rick. Does finally get the elimination, but 72-0, that is going to be a dangerous position for Ruthless.
Oh
And there's
man,
the
Mott's
elimination.
able to get that. Listen, I wish we could mark this particular matchup and just slow-mo that sequence where Mott was polymorphed off stage and Ruthless is just throwing Meeseeks through the portal. That, like, man, that was poetry in motion from both players. Just knowing their kits, playing as skillfully as possible. Mott somehow is able to avoid taking too much damage off the side of the map. Like, I'm sitting there just like, I'm moving my head left and right like it's a boxing match. You know, that was absolutely insane sequence from both these players. That is the level of multiverses that we came here to see today.
Jeez, what smells like cross-promotional IP synergy?
Going into Trophy's Edge now for the third match in this series. Could be the final match in this series if Mott is able to run away with it with a 3-0 sweep. Something we have seen from them before, but obviously Ruthless is someone who can pull a comeback at any point. That is how they beat Mott last time. Obviously, we've got to bear in mind that last time was a best-of-3 situation. The extra rounds do factor in a lot, but it's not over. There's still plenty of space for Ruthless to bring this back around. Seeing that fight around the floating platform, both these guys sticking to the air, loving this air time, using the Meeseeks here to get a little bit of damage, and Mott is gonna go down, not able to collide with the wall, not able to get the grab, and that is gonna be a stock in Ruthless's favor.
All right, here's the plan.
No, that's heartbreaking. Again, the 3 series in a row, we've seen this happen. It's so unfortunate, but it does happen, and sometimes you just don't have the resources. You know, you gotta take that L. But nice parry off the edge into the follow-up neutral attack. That was a massive one. Mott's now down 86-2 in this stock here. Never mind, down an entire stock here. So Ruthless has a very nice lead going into this final stock. At this point, you just want to play a very comfortable game, get a couple jab confirms off, just chip away. As you see, Ruthless taking that space here, just trying to get as much damage as possible with the laser gun. Very smart. I mean, every tick counts here, but it doesn't matter. Mott is able to follow up with an aggressive aerial combo, gets the second stock now. This is any man's game. Mott could be pulling off this series here. if we continue to see more of this play, I mean, and that'll be the payback that Mods is definitely looking for.
Could end at any minute. A beautiful combo there, and the portal to try and keep the combo going. The damage was not quite high enough to secure the elimination. Morty getting very... Rick, sorry, I've done it again. Rick getting very, very close to these eliminations. Mots is in a really rough spot, but Ruthless, staying alive, is able to get the round, and we are going to go to round 4.
Okay. Yeah, throwing a little BGs there if you know if you can, because he's definitely staying alive in this series. Okay. 2-1, still in favor of Mods. These boys are throwing them hands. You love to see it. I'd love to see it here. Going into game 4, can Ruthless tie it up, or is Mods going to be moving on to the lower bracket final here? Starting off as usual here, nice little off-stage battles. These two do not mind fighting off-stage against each other, even knowing how dangerous they both can be. It ain't no thing. Nice Sarah's coming out here from Ruthless side special. Gets followed up with a nice little up tilt there, or up special from Mods. Combos coming out from Ruthless. The Sarah off-stage into the knee seeks. Can't do much with it though. Bat Bomb goes to the portal. It gets eaten up. 100 heat on the side of Mods here. Definitely gonna want to start to chain together some kind of attacks if possible, but no, instead you are catching some jabs from Ruthless. The Sarah misses. Mods trying to respond, but can't quite do it. The Mod special offstage, could it work? It works! At 127 heat, Mods is able to respond, get the Mod special offstage here, and Ruthless is a bigger hitbox, which for someone like Harley is usually a better thing, because that just means you're going to connect more Sares. So, we'll see here. There's just a nice little laser spam coming out from Ruthless, knowing how much damage Mods has already taken. He just wants to continue to chip away if possible. But in the meantime, while you're playing patient, Mods is on the attack back. So Ruthless able to get the first stock. Not bad. Mods has a 42 damage lead. So the question is Mods play it safe or continue to play that aggression that we expect here? The dash attack gets punished. Mods trying to get back on stage, able to do so, catches a laser to the face. Nice snare to get Ruthless back on stage. Can't do much with the Bat Bomb. The Bat Bomb was thrown upwards. Very sneaky play here. Oh, the double Sarah from Root. You stop it. You stop it. Oh, that was disgusting.
Very, very well executed use of the portals there, knowing that the first attack would not be enough to secure the eliminations, cycling them up for a second one. And that's just the kind of execution you expect at this high level of play. See that Bat Bomb avoided there, but gets a little bit of value from the Jack in the Box, and now Ruthless is also very much in kill range. We've seen that Mots is able to get these very risky eliminations. It's still very much anyone's game. Mots could be looking for the Mot special, eliminate Ruthless at 30, and go in to the finals. Let's see. Are we going to see the Mot special? Ruthless able to avoid it, gets over that mallet. Very nicely done. There's the use of the portal to try and get the damage increasing again. Trying to cycle the damage as much as they can. And use the Airwalker pack as well to try and maintain a little bit of space. Try and bait Harley in, and now Harley's in a really rough spot at 107. Looking at kill range at any point. We're going around 5.
Ooh-wee. We are going to round 5. It gets hot here. This has been a battle on both sides. Both players have all of the damage, all of the off stages that they've gotten, with the exception of a couple, they've gotten out of the mud. And so you know that both players here are definitely lean forward, foreheads on monitors. This is the kind of matchup where you really have to focus up here. So going into matchup number 5 here. Let's see what they do here. Playing a little bit safe here, using that laser, trying to get some early chip damage here, but not able to do anything with it. Playing off stage. Both players, again, don't mind fighting off stage if they need to. Mod's catching a couple combos here. Nice portal, but he can't follow up with it. The up special comes through twice. Nice jab confirms here. Starting to do some dodge reads. It's working out. Mods has Ruthless sitting at 90. The Bat Bomb does connect, but he does dodge the explosion. Huge play for Ruthless. That would have been early stock if he hadn't. I thought that was going to be early stock, but it didn't turn out not to be because he is Big Rick. So he is a bit heavier and therefore can take more damage before going off stage. So very nice plays. And there's the first stock. So okay, cool.
Don't worry. Pop
A very clean first stop from Mott's, getting that early game advantage, but now we're going to have Rick building up that damage. A beautiful combo, using the jet boots there to maintain the cycle going, and immediately evens up the scores here, ladies and gentlemen. Almost tries to do it again. We see the Airwalker perk coming out. We've seen that more and more as this series continues, but Rick able to stay alive here, hanging on to the edge. Looks like the Bat Bomb actually helped defend from the projectile there, so very lucky on the physics of that one. And now looks like Rick trying to use those portals a little bit again, creating that little bit of distance, playing a little bit defensively. Bat Bomb has been planted, was not dodged out of, so now Rick is going to sort of start getting those ignite stacks building up at Mott at 101 at a very dangerous position right now. And Rick could get an elimination at any point. There it is, Ruthless wanting to push on to that finals, wanting revenge against POTUS for eliminating him earlier on in the competition, and now it seems like advantage is all over Rick. Mott trying to answer for it, but the portal's there, playing beautifully into Ruthless's positioning, able to get a nice bit of damage there. 47. There is the Bat Bomb detonation. So Mott, it has gotten Rick into kill range and can eliminate them at any point, but again, it comes down to having that initial stock lead, having that advantage with the points, allowing for that extra safety net, and still chipping away at Mott. It's taken a lot of damage whilst trying to secure the second point. They have finally gotten the elimination, and now Mott could be looking for the Mott special, knowing that this game could be over at any moment and they need to pull it out of the bag. Rick using the portals to avoid the elimination on the right side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen, and is now slowly pressuring Mott, forcing them to take that off-stage position, going into Big Rick, once again adding that extra little bit of weight, protecting them from elimination, playing very sort of conservative and very defensive right now in order to try and continue that damage build up. Mott has done very well to get Rick into a 52 heat position, but at 90 Harley could be taken out at any one move. Now at 104, going into kill range, uses that mallet to break up the space a little bit, but could be looking at endgame here. Gets a spike downwards. Harley able to stay alive, however. The me seats on the back is going to chip away, and the projectile does finish it off. Ruthless defeating the odds. It's going through to the finals against POTUS.
Damn. For a second, I thought Mott was going to come back and win that. And I was like, there's no way. Like, the Ruthless has got he's got great positioning, to win this matchup. I'm like, there's no way Mott comes back and wins this. Ruthless was able to put, to pull that off there. Fantastic comeback from Ruthless. That, I know that's got to hurt a little bit, if you're Mods, but nonetheless, great series. I would hand clap, but I'm not trying to do that with the microphone right here. So, well done, Ruthless. Moving on to the next series, we're going to be seeing Ruthless versus POTUS in the losers final matchup. Kind of hoping that we have this issue resolved with POTUS, but we're gonna see.
We're gonna have to do a little bit of jigging to see how the rest of the night goes. We'll see if the technical difficulties have fixed themselves. We have tried to implement a fix. We will see if it was successful. If not, and if we fail to get into this finals match, then I think we will take a short break in the instance of a technical failing, so that we can assess how we're going to go forward with the rest of the tournament. But we should be looking at Tom and Jerry versus Rick. We should be looking at POTUS versus Ruthless, ladies and gentlemen, going into Trophy's Edge for the first round of the finals. And we will be right back.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
I can't take it anymore. My mind's about to go to war. I need someone to save me from myself, to hear me cry when I call out for help. I blame it on the voices that are in my head, wondering if they'll ever be put to bed. Feels like I am close to reaching my wit's end, holding out, but I'm about to blow it up like a volcano. Another day to lose control. There's a fire in my bones. My sight gets blurry, pushing back the tears. Should take a leap of faith and face my fear. I blame it on the voices that are in my head, wondering if they'll ever be put to bed. Feels like I am close to reaching my wit's end, holding out, but I'm about to blow it up like a volcano. Like a volcano. Blow it up like a volcano. What you do, what you do, what you do to me? Can't you see what it means when you set me free? What you do, what you do, what you do to me? Can't you see what it means when you set me free?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've been able to jig together a little bit of a fix. It's not perfect by any means, but we are at least able to see the gameplay. You do have Ruthless on Rick and Morty, and we have POTUS here on Tom and Jerry. POTUS seemingly has got the slight advantage with heat levels here, 64 to 72, but obviously we do know how aggressive Ruthless can be with his kit, with his cycle of combos, and can get that health built up immediately. Very nice use of the Airwalker there, gets Tom and Jerry in a very precarious position, not able to quite follow up on the elimination, and POTUS even able to capitalize on that poor positioning and gets the first stock on the board.
Yeah, yeah. Well done there from POTUS. One of the things that they kind of keeping an eye on is just the use of projectiles and not just Tom's projectiles, but also just deflecting Rick projectiles as well. Something that you love to see on Tom and Jerry. So as of right now, though, 107 heat on POTUS, trying to play safe here, but at the same time keeping that aggression going. Nice use of the fishing pole, almost caught something. Being a little Serena action there, but can't quite follow up there. Dodges that dare. Very nice play. Trying to play as safe as possible, but still get some sort of damage going. Can't quite deflect the Meeseeks. Not even sure if you can in it, to be honest, in these cases. Nice dare there coming out. We're at 133 to 124. This is insane.
A
I
very
mean,
high heat game right now.
yeah, no doubt indeed. Both players are playing very safe here, trying. Oh, but nice use of the fishing rod to actually get that off stage there. So 2 stocks to 0 here. Ruthless needs to get some sort of confirm going. The nice air. I'm not surprised you're able to finally get him off there with that one. I mean, at almost a 140 heat, you better do something there. Shooting that dynamite and those tennis balls over can't really connect with it. Doesn't connect with Jerry either, though. On both attempts, see if Ruthless wants to try to get rid of Jerry, but can't quite do it there. Sarah into the special from POTUS. POTUS is staying on the aggression here now. This is very nice to see. Back on stage, using that dynamite here to make some space, but can't quite do anything with it, though. Gets Rick away from the polymorph so he can't go big boy status. Misses with Jerry. Nice combo setup here. Right now, Rick is in burnout, so this is your opportunity to stay on the aggression here if you can. Doesn't get the chance to do anything though off of that. Nice deflection. Using Jerry to start the combo here. Use of the special. POTUS is all over the place, but at the same time, in a very controlled manner. This is very nice to see.
His deflections have been on point, and he's done very well at controlling Rick's projectiles, which is quite a lot of Ruthless's kit specifically, especially how we've seen him in the last couple of games. He does use those projectiles to
62 kills
maintain
right
his
now.
stage control. So POTUS getting a beautiful elimination there, gets the point on the board for them. Being able to defend against those projectiles like that does really nullify a lot of Ruthless's strategy.
Yeah, no, it's something that was it was again, POTUS was kind of you would see POTUS kind of moving left and right very sporadically, but doing it in such a way that was controlled, it was smart, it was very focused. You could tell that there was some sort of tactic that POTUS had every time that he came at Ruthless. So yeah, that was impressive. It was great to see. I know that we were having some technical issues getting that matchup started here, so it looks like we're actually in Ruthless's stream for now to kind of see it from their perspective here. Um, so if there is any audio issues here, it's for that reason. But I'm trying to see. I'm not sure where the actual series is at this moment. Let's see if we can pull up the bracket and get a smooth refresh. I'm not sure if it's being updated live. Mm, Not being updated live here, not quite yet. So not sure who's in the lead and who needs to make that comeback, but we will hopefully find out soon here. Okay. It's looking like it might be 2-0 in favor of POTUS. So this next matchup could be the series if POTUS is able to take it.
Well, we will see how it goes as the round opens up on Trophy's Edge. POTUS doing really good job of trying to get that initial security, but Rick was able to secure floating platform and immediately is sort of answering to everything that POTUS is throwing his way. It takes a lot of damage for his trouble though. 50 to 41 is not the worst position to be in. These two are trading pretty effectively, sort of going back and forth. But here we go. We start to see the momentum build up, and it's immediately shut down using the pull once again, and a very nice use of Airwalker 2 to get a lot of damage. Probably not necessarily in the direction he wants, but it doesn't matter. Secures the first stock.
Indeed, here Ruthless trying to make this comeback here, similar fashion to the matchup against Mott's. Currently getting edge guarded though. I mean, at 109 heat, yeah, okay, there it is. You definitely don't want to catch something like that. But yeah, I mean, it is what it's just it's part of the game, essentially. So POTUS using the specials here to try to get some explosive damage here, but can't quite do anything too insane here. Nice dare into the nair. Dynamite though helps to create more space. Trying to use these tennis balls to get some damage off. Ooh, nice dodge from Ruthless, able to get away from that. I'm sure, man. It seems as if Ruthless wants to get back onto the platform and just fight on the ground, which makes sense. Rick Jab is insane in this game, but it's been a bit of a struggle, unfortunately. POTUS is doing everything in their power to kind of keep some sort of utility on stage, so you're always thinking twice about where you're standing, if it's a safe spot where you should be, and if necessary. So now we've got Ruth is trying to continue to chain together some combos here, but again, Jerry coming out being a nuisance here. POTUS doing a good job again, just kind of keeping you busy, not giving you the opportunity to relax and staying on the hunt. Oh, but Ruth is able to get second stock here. 54 heat, not bad. Currently in burnout though. Let's see. POTUS wasn't able to punish that burnout. Would have been able to get some fairly decent damage there. Nonetheless, though, what a combo. Is POTUS going to be able to get this? Trying to connect with the dare, but can't quite do it. That skill, it does hurt. You do not want to come in contact with that. What? And there it is. So POTUS able to take game 3, coming out of losers bracket, losers final, and we will see. Well, maybe we'll see in the grand final, Brian G versus POTUS.
We're gonna see the run back. It's gonna be real interesting. We will try and get this technical stuff sorted. We're sort of working on the fly just to patch this stuff together. We're gonna work with Brian as much as we can to try and get a solution sorted. Not really much of an understanding as to why these issues are the way they are. I think we have a couple possible solutions to work with. But we do have a grand finals. We will have a grand finals. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Things will be wrapped up here very, very shortly. So we will see.
For anyone new coming in who's not aware, for whatever reason, whenever we spectate a match with POTUS in the lobby, our game crashes. Not sure why, but we're trying to get that resolved. And there are a few different options that we have here. We might even get Brian G in Discord to screen share his perspective. So that'll be that'll be fun to have. So yeah, we're gonna try some stuff here and get this all sorted out. Looks like for now we're going to be restarting our game as well. Sometimes you just got to pull the good old N64, blow on the cartridge, move, see if that fixes things. Um, Still doesn't change to this day. I still do that actually whenever I'm having issues with my peripherals. Pull them out, plug them back in. I'm sure it doesn't actually do anything, but who
Yeah,
cares, you know?
yeah. If anything, it's gonna damage it more, surely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not getting spit in there. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not doing one of these.
You and I haven't exactly sat down and talked about our individual strategies for blowing on things. So I don't know what you expect. I need to make assumptions.
Um. All right. Family stream. All right. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. That'll
Look,
be
look,
the
look,
next
we're
XP share
talking.
episode.
We're
Be the next
talking
XP
about
share
we're talking
episode.
about blowing on cartridges. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yes. Yeah. For sure. For
What are you
sure.
What are you
Cartridges.
talking
Yeah.
about? What do
Yeah.
you
No.
mean
No.
family stream?
Same. Same
What's up,
thing. Same
news?
thing. Cartridges.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
still right. Same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Same thing. I swear it's cartridges. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
goodness.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We're just gonna do our best to kill time in the meantime. Right now, still trying to figure out how we're gonna. Yeah, we might be able to actually just go straight into the series here. Um, Producers making some magic happen on
Oh,
his
and it
end.
looks like we're good. We're
The
in
grand
the
finals.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the grand finals. To run it by you guys very, very quickly, this will be a best of 5, but Brian Yi does have champion's advantage going through this, meaning if he does win the best of 5, then he wins. He wins big time and does very well. If, however, POTUS is able to win this first best of 5, we will have a champions reset and we will have to run it back from the beginning. Now, we understand that, things are going to be a little messy here. We do apologize for any sort of issues we have with viewing. We're going to try and get things, we're trying to basically hodgepodge this whole thing together. But we do have POTUS with a very, very strong opening, immediately getting the elimination on Brian Yi. Very well done from POTUS there, showing off a very, very strong kit of Tom and Jerry, which we haven't been able to appreciate throughout the night as much as we have. Brian Yi, though, just doing what Brian does and immediately following it up with elimination of their own, evening up the score.
Heck yeah. Quick shout out to Ruthless for helping us out here as well. Definitely the real MVP, for doing that here. Tied 1-1, 25-26. It's as close as it could potentially get here. Nice super kick coming from Brian G. To getting rid of Jerry, which is very smart play, throwing that turkey on Rye, but it doesn't matter. Able to get that nice parry off of it. The tennis racket comes out. Can't really do much with it though. POTUS trying to get some good space going. Hopefully, we saw a lot of utility spam there against Ruthless. So we're going to see the same thing here, but it doesn't matter though. The aggression from Brian G and that knee does hurt, especially when you're that close to the edge. So 2-1 in favor of Brian G. Again, doing a great job getting rid of Jerry whenever does pop up on stage here. Brian G does like to play that edge guard game, pop off, use that dare to try to get you off stage as early as possible here. Trying to go Super Saiyan here, but baits it out off stage, gets back to the edge, using Nair to get back on safely, but catches a rocket to the face. So now it's 2-2, still slightly in favor of Brian G.
Brian very much in control of this matchup so far, which is exactly what you want to see from someone with champion's advantage. You want him to make the most of this situation, knowing that their victory could be in jeopardy at any point. Brian doing very, very well to stay just behind on the heat levels here. Tom and Jerry in a very precarious position on the edge of the map. We do have that floating platform, of course. Jerry is taken out. That is going to nullify a lot of Tom's kit. And that's one of the most unique things about Tom and Jerry as a unit is if you take out the mouse, you disable the cat in many, many ways. And the first point is going to go to Brian G.
I thought you were gonna say something smooth, like if you take out the mouse, you take down the house. I was gonna be like bars. That was fire.
I was going to try and do that, but the round ended. I was like, fuck, I need to think of something fast. and the fucking freestyle, that's it. I was hoping I'd have a little more time. But I did not have time.
It's all good. Maybe if we weren't able to actually spectate the match, we could have just did a freestyle session, for the next 20 minutes. Yeah. Now, getting into game 2 here, as usual, not wasting any time. Both players throwing hands at each other. Nice super kick here, but can't quite get any connection with it. POTUS trying to do his best to edge guard, but lets Brian G back on stage here. Good stare coming out. Rocket misses. Trying to connect with that cast iron skillet, but catches a foot to the back of the neck. Oh, the nice parry. Oh. Ugh. Brian G able to go Super Saiyan here. Up 1 stock. Is he going to be able to connect with some sort of kick? Does connect with the super kick. A quick 25 damage. Uppercut misses. We got POTUS trying to make some more space here. Doing what will give him the advantage. If he can create space, use the utility, kind of make things as chaotic as possible on the platform, POTUS will have a fair advantage. That fishing rod does miss, trying to avoid the super kick, but still gets hit by it directly. Brian G getting set back at 128 heat to 70. Brian G still up 1 stock in this matchup, so okay. So we are able to get the first stock there from POTUS. Still 69 to 3, unless POTUS has some insane combos wrapped up. This is going to be a tough one to come back from. And actually, as I say that, 50 to 69, 62 to 69, POTUS is playing masterfully right now. Nice combos. Wasn't able to get the dodge read. Might catch, oh no, bad dodge read there from Brian G, but it doesn't matter. The uppercut comes out and it gets the second stock. Well done.
Very, very well done. POTUS is very good at getting those damaging combos out very, very quickly. The issue you have with someone like Brian is when they are in the driver's seat of a match. It doesn't matter if they're at 90 heat. It doesn't matter if they're at 110 heat. We've seen Brian at 146, I'm pretty sure. But Brian just has that sort of ability to play the long game, play the long con in a match like this, and knows that I can build up those heat levels. I just need to play smart. As long as you don't hit that final blow of your combo, I'm going to be able to survive the map. The positioning is very, very good. Is allowing some very devastating moves to come in from Tom and Jerry, and Tom and Jerry is a kit that is very good at juggling the opponent, but Brian is also very good at sort of cutting that kit in half by taking out Jerry. We see the super kick land, and there is another blunder. Tom unable to get onto the wall like he needed to in order to survive that, and is gonna take the second point in favor of Brian. One more win like that and Brian storms away with this whole goddamn thing.
That's tough, man. I'm not sure if it looked like it might have been a lack of resources, but just unfortunate in that situation. Coming back now into game 3, this could be the series and tournament if Brian G is able to take this matchup as well. POTUS coming out with some very nice aggression here. 90 to 8 at the moment. Nice snare coming out from Brian G. Trying to get a little sneaky off stage, but can't quite do anything here. 106 here. It's not going to really take much here to get him off stage. Ooh, whoa, the fishing rod almost does some major damage there. We got both players here just moving around, trying to make something happen. Want to be careful of that mouse trap there that's sitting on the edge. If you come in contact with that, it's gonna be pretty bad for you there. Jerry comes out, does connect, Brian G's trying to play as safe as possible. 147 though. What more can you do off stage? That's the first stock for POTUS.
Very, very well done from POTUS, and it's still at a very low heat level themselves. 53, all things considered, at this stage in the match is kind of where you want to be right now. Brian is really going to need to try and get one of those low heat eliminations that we do occasionally see from players of his stature and level if he wants to try and even this up. He's done quite well in controlling Tom and Jerry so far and does get the elimination, but is now also at 55 themselves, does get the supercharge, but now we're at an even stock count. And now Tom and Jerry once again looks like trying to maintain control. Brian does very good in trying to maintain momentum, however, after getting rid of that stock, not allowing for the deflect to come through. Does get the damage up to 37, but is sat on 90 for his trouble. Those ignite stacks were very, very effective in getting the damage increase. 117 to 37. Brian, as strong as he is in positions like this, is very much on the back foot, using that supercharged technique once again in order to stay alive. We did see them punished for that earlier in the tournament, and this time Tom is gonna have what it takes to get that second stock out. Brian immediately trying to answer back, gets the downward spike. We're down to 0-0 on the final point of the match, the final life of the match. A beautiful super kick there from Shaggy. This could go either way, but Brian potentially looking for the elimination, and that's it. It's done.
Oh, what? That is just not the way you want to go out in that situation. Like, whoa, he got hoved. It says, if you see it in chat, that is wild, man. Still, I mean, the winners final was between both POTUS, Brian G, which we didn't get to see, but similar score. You know, POTUS definitely kept it competitive. It's just some of those combos, man, that you get from from Shaggy. You start eating uppercuts to the face and super kicks. I mean, the match can only go one way in that case. So, shout out to Brian G for taking the tournament 2 weeks in a row.
Back-to-back victories is huge. That's going to be a lot of points on the leaderboard. That's going to be a stack of points. Very, very well done, but very well done to everyone who competed. All of our lovely, lovely competitors. Thank you all so much for showing up this week. You guys put on a wonderful show. Do apologize for all the technical difficulties that we had to deal with throughout, but we will be working tirelessly throughout the next few days to make sure they are ironed out for next time so that we can just enjoy more MultiVersus. Juice, any final thoughts?
I'm really curious to see what the brackets will look like now that Brian G's won 2 tournaments. Currently sixth place, I believe. So curious to see where that will elevate him now. This season is going to be very interesting. Can't wait for the invitational. Make sure you guys are here for that invitational. Come check out the Discord to get more information about that, because I'm telling you, man, we're getting the best of the best to play each other, and it's going to be a slobber knocker, as we love to say.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to see you guys next week for our 7th go around at season 1 of MultiVersus. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, like we say, make sure you're in the Discord so you can sign up for next week, because that will be going up very, very soon. But in the meantime, it's been Juice and Zephyr. Thank you very much for joining us, and ta-ra.
Oh, yeah.
Voices ringing out our battle cry. Soon we'll be touched by the sky. Rising from the ashes, we will never die. Can you feel the power of our battle cry? Far in the distance, I see a light. wondering if it's the enemy line. We stand united, our heads held high. Got no other choice but to hold on, survive. Once the demons show, we take control, conquering the wildfire. My heart of courage is leading the way. Fight till the end of the day. Hear the voices ringing out our battle cries. Soon we'll be touched by the sky. Rising from the ashes, we will never